What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. Um, Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below. This video is entitled Faking Like You're Conscious and Faking Like You're Asleep. So what I'm about to get into is there are people who say they're conscious that are faking. Because their consciousness verbally doesn't add up to their life practically. And there are people who are awake mentally, but they act asleep publicly because they're cowards. So, first one, sometimes, when people get on, quote unquote, the conscious community and people call the Hotep brothers and that whole Ashe queens and kings thing, that's the biggest problem with it. That's a problem with it, a huge problem. That's because some of these guys and some of these men and women are low budget fake intellectuals. Because what happens is people act like their consciousness can't navigate the real world or the world we're in. You know what I'm saying? So they come up with excuses instead of explanations. They come up with more problems instead of solutions. They come up with more fear instead of boldness. So it's like, we're going to stay at this particular point because I'm conscious and I see what's going on around me, but I'm really not going to do nothing about it. But you're conscious. Because you see, if you was conscious and you're aware of what's going on around you, and then in your life practices, you don't take any action to do anything about it, then you're faking like you're conscious. That's part of the reason why people look at sometimes the conscious community as a community of scam artists, because you don't see people putting all of this quote unquote information into practical application. I will say this: the one thing I have seen is the conscious community get into being vegans and eating healthier and being more fit. That just started happening, and I like that. I must admit, I like that. So get your body right. But the mind part, people you got to think, brother. You got to blah blah blah. They're not thinking. Because I don't see the conscious community creating anything. We came from kings and queens. We also came from inventors. Astronomers, architects, engineers, builders. So by telling the world that, we came from all these great things and we created all these great things, and then have all this information on how to recreate these great things, but nobody is teaching people this is how you do something very practical. This is how you make a watch, brothers. This is how you make a brick, brother. This is how you plant and harvest and switch fields to let your crops grow, brother. You get what I'm saying? This is how you plant and harvest. That's what I meant. But this is how you how can I say this? Create tile or siding, right? This is how you create. This is how you go about being an architect and creating your blueprint for a home. You get what I'm saying? There's no consciousness in that. And when you ask these brothers, okay, well, let's put this consciousness into use. Like, this is how you add you add these additives to your car to get a boost in your fuel mileage, to boost your fuel usage and to boost the mileage. You get what I'm saying? These are the tricks to help you fix your household appliances. Because we come from, we're conscious, but we're not conscious. But they'll tell you because of the melanin, brother. Well, can the melanin fix that leak in the sink? Because we came from kings and queens. We did a lot of things, right? So we should be able to fix that leak in the sink. We should be able to plug up that pothole in our streets and our communities by being able to make the sometimes the tar or get out, have our own concrete mixes and just fix it. Put the don't drive here for a couple hours things, and let's go ahead and move on. We should be able to do our own patchwork in our own communities. So for me, it's like a lot of brothers are faking being conscious because they're not talking about stuff like that. Everything is so metaphysical and so, spiritual that when it comes to the practical application of real things, don't nobody know how to do nothing. And to me, that's bull. On the flip side of that, there are people who are awake, but they acting like they sleep. Similar to when you was a kid and you would see your classmates in class and you knew they were smart, but they acted dumb on purpose. But just like those people, when people started treating them like they were dumb, they would get upset. I'm not stupid. I'm just acting stupid. Well, I hate to break the news to you. Actions speak louder than words. So if you act stupid, you're stupid. Because it's stupid to act stupid. So people don't know that you're smart. That's complete lunacy and an idiot move to begin with, right? So that's another problem. So you see people who are walking around, I don't know what's really going on in the world. What? Is it racism that's existing? Am I being held back? Maybe it's the white man. I don't know what's going on. I just can't. But then you sit down and talk to them. Oh man, it's this. But I would never tell anybody I know all these things because God forbid they might come get me. So let me get this right. You wasting your whole life walking around as a dummy because you're trying to protect yourself because they're going to swoop down and black bag you up and take you somewhere because you just so ahead of the curve. But you're awake though. But you want to play sleep. So like I said, that makes you a coward because we're not talking about people who are playing like they're asleep and then say, hey, don't do that, do this. I know you think I'm stupid, but I'm not. It's this. Try it yourself. Look it up, and I promise it'll work. We're not talking about people like that. We're talking about people who are just like some of the people in our family who, I don't know nothing about credit. But if you had bad credit, you should have did, and then you would have had this credit situation. Did I ask you about credit like 2 years ago? And you was like, I don't know. Well, you wasn't specific. I didn't know nothing about credit, and you knew that then. Oh, well, what about buying a home? Oh, I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. That had me buying this home was a long time ago. Which you should have did and refinance then and why you ain't tell me this when I asked you? I figured you had it all together. I mean, I figured it just was all in your head. Yeah. So you wanted to see me fail, or have a harder time than because you had this information. Okay. You know, you go to school, you know, should I go to this school? You go everywhere, anywhere you want to go. Then you go to the school you want to go to, and the student loans are beating you down like the NWO in the 90s, right? And then the same person, well, you should have went to an in-state school, then you wouldn't have that out-of-state fee, and then you might have went to the junior college, the JUCO, you could have took half of that, or a community college, and then you would have this, and you wouldn't owe all this, and still had the same degree from the same university. See, you'd have made it out. Wait. You knew all this information and you didn't say nothing when I was in that position? Well, you know, I figured you just, you know, you knew what was going on. You know, same type of fake people when a family have issues, and that's why I say I don't like certain family issues, because when kids might get touched or people get abused or used or manipulated, get stolen from, oh, they'll sit at the table with you. Oh, it was none of my business. I mean, he raped that little girl 17 years ago. That's why she's so crazy right now. And he been stealing from her for years. And this ain't even her house. She got this house from her ex-husband, who she swindled because she was cheating on him. And that baby ain't even here. Why you ain't, whoa. Why we didn't address all of this all these years, and now you going to sit at the Thanksgiving table waiting for a big fight to blow up so you can go, World Star? You've been awake this whole time, but you've been playing like you sleep to let this stuff happen, right? You know, that's the same thing with people, how we treat each other. You know, people play like they're dysfunctional or degenerate or more so broken by the world, but that's just a ploy to get over on another person. And then wake up one day, I used this person, I did this to you and this to you, this to you, this to you, because I tried to get all I wanted to get. So this is what we doing now, huh? Till you lied to me all this beginning, and now that you didn't use me and got what you wanted, now you woke. Okay. But nobody's gonna believe you because I'm just, I'm suffering in life. I'm looking for God to help me. Won't He do it? Won't He do it? Which becomes bothersome, because at the end of the day, it's a lot of fakery going on, fake consciousness and fake sleep. That's what I might call this. We out.